Annihilation is a movie about self-destruction. The change we face throughout our lives, and I guess the utter death of the person we once were. We watch characters who've already each gone through their own hardship face this vast, unknowable mirror that will eventually consume everything. And at the core of the movie, it's really about the hardships that those characters have faced and how we deal with them. Annihilation is a hopeless movie. Less in the way that, like, nothing goes right for the characters and it's miserable to watch, but more of it gives you this sense that nothing can be changed about the change that we face. Um, it is in a lot of ways like less of a movie and more of a test. Like, it holds a mirror up and it lets you see the person you are, and it gives you ideas as to how you became this person and who you left behind to get here. There aren't a lot of movies like Annihilation, at least not on its scale. It's a movie that is not literal in its plot, at least I don't think so. It's more about the feelings you get while watching it than what's actually taking place on screen. The characters you relate to, and the ultimate question of what do you see when you stare into the abyss, and what do you do when it starts to stare back. Annihilation is a movie about self-destruction, not in the classical sense. No one dies physically, not if you're taking the plot as non-literal. No, it's about change. People change you. Things change you. Events change you. One day, it's about that feeling you get where one day you wake up and you don't know who you are. You don't recognize yourself or the person you've become. And the person you've become looks back and doesn't recognize the person you once were. You wake up next to someone you once loved and you realize you don't anymore. And for better or for worse, you have to accept that because people leave imprints on you whether you want them to or not. But that's sort of the accepted horror of being intimate with someone, getting to know them and letting them get to know you. But this movie doesn't see that as hopeless as it sounds. No, instead, at the end of this movie, you see two people utterly alone who don't recognize the people they once were or the person that stands before them. But instead of choosing to reject them, they choose to accept themselves and each other as different. Annihilation is an interesting movie with a lot to say, and my interpretation is just one version of that. You might very well see the plot as literal, but I just don't right now. Um, if you have any questions, if you want to talk more about the movie, leave a comment. If you have any ideas for what I can do for a next episode, leave a comment. Please like the video if you liked it. Subscribe, please. That would be fantastic. This is a really new channel. Sharing it with your friends will help. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.